Welcome back to the second hour of LoveBabz, LoveTalk on Babz Rawls-Ivy. Woo! I got my girlfriend, Ife Michelle Gardine. Hey, Ife. And
hey,
is that John Moore? Is that John Moore?
Yes,
hey, John
Jonathan's going to be playing with us.
Oh, you know, I love him. I love him. How are you?
I'm good.
I know you are. Lit Fest next week.
Huh?
Lit Fest at the end of the week.
At the end of the week. Oh my God. It's here.
I can't believe it's here already. All right,
give me the highlights.
John. Good morning, John.
How you doing?
One of my favorite people, my favorite musician. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you cold? You must be cold. You got a hoodie on. You cold?
Yeah, I'm cold. Yeah.
So tell me about Lit Fest Ife this year, because it's the end of the week.
It's the end of the week. So I'm excited because our theme is Afrofuturism. We decided to sort of continue the theme of DiasporaCon and think about Afrofuturism, Black to the future.
Yes, we're gonna be in the future. We're gonna be Black in the future. You think we Black now? We're gonna be Blacker in the future.
Okay. And we want to encourage people to come as their own superhero.
Oh my
we
gosh.
Got another Black Panther coming out. You got what is that guy?
The Woman King. We just saw the Woman King.
You know, and it's time for us to like let's control it. Let's like dress up as ourselves and not somebody else. And that is why we're featuring very talented and innovative folks. Like
So how did Jonathan Moore get invited to this Black to the Future Elm City Lit Fest?
Well, people that are part of my dynamic team, I'm so appreciative of the young ladies, Sha McAllister, of course, Juanita, Austin, who did that fabulous graphic for us.
Oh, see, Harry had to take some liberty with it.
Okay, listen,
yeah, that was nice.
That was funky. I like that shoot.
You know, Harry likes to play around.
And also Zanaya Leon, and Zanaya is has a company, a management company for artists. So she launched a couple of weeks ago. Richland. I'm sorry, Zanaya, I got it wrong, but Richland. But she has some artists, and Jonathan is part of the repertoire.
Oh, yay! Oh, you know, Jonathan, I saw her and I said, oh, you know who you should have? And she's like, because we had talked about this already, about you needed some good representation. So I'm glad you got with this sister, because she is very talented and smart.
She's a dynamic woman. And we also have on the team Monique Russell, who did a lot of work in DC, event planning work in DC, worked for Marion Barry and Sharon Pratt.
that Sharon Pratt Kelly was my first political campaign I worked on in DC.
Girl.
When she was running for mayor.
Oh, and Monique worked for her.
Oh my gosh.
Administration, her and Marion Barry's administration. even though she don't really like being a blast on social media that much. I'm glad to have her. And of course, our friend Tony Williams.
Yes, who does
So
the,
with the
jazz
team
on the vineyard.
Yeah, so collectively, Zanaya put the talent together because we got three parts happening, you know. But I really want to emphasize the Black to the future. The Afrofuturism is what you know, that we just did the Parable project over the summer.
And now, was that an inspiration for the theme? Like, were you already thinking about Black to the future?
I was already thinking about it when we in April when we did DiasporaCon, because of the momentum and the buzz and the like all the information that was coming. I was like, okay, I know what the theme gonna be for this year. It's gonna be Black to the future. We're gonna do Afrofuture. Well, Afrofuturism. And then I was like, yeah, Black, not Black into the future, Black to the future.
I love it. I love it. So when you think about Black to the future, like how do you stack up the Lit Fest? How do you have it reflect this theme?
Well, with the entertainment and the authors and the activities that we planned, it's about empowering yourselves. It's about having, like, a lot of the artists are creative entrepreneurs, people that stepped out of a box to create their own reality. Lit Fest, that started with creating my own reality. So we want to encourage people to stay in that mindset, like, out of a box. We're Black. We'll be our authentic selves, bringing our authentic selves as we are in living as we want to. How do you envision a future of our own community?
So, John, tell me, you are a classically trained musician.
Yeah.
And with that said, there's a lot of whiteness to that classical training. How do you envision Black to the what you know and what you do, and put your own kind of spin on that, and at the same time trying to introduce people to what you do? Classical music, cool music, jazz music, all the music.
So what I do, even though I'm trained like classically, I still add that funk to it. So yeah. So listening to a lot of P-Funk and Bootsy Collins, Prince.
How old are you? Are you?
I'm 25.
How you get this music? Your peoples gave it to you. Your mama, your daddy listened to this music group. Because I was like, I don't know how at 25 you get to this.
Yeah. Yep, definitely my dad. He still has his records downstairs in the living room. So, I grew up with all of that. So I incorporate, all of those attributes to the cello and just get a new sound. So
I love it.
That's me. Yep.
I love it. So Ife, tell me some of the authors that's going to show up.
Okay, so the authors will be, there's a publishing company, Lauren Simone Publishing, who's participated in every Lit Fest. This is our third one, but in the beginning in 2020, she was starting out with books from her children. Her name is Melissa John, and her two daughters, Olivia, Lauren, and Simone, started writing children's books. So we're going to have featured authors from her publishing company that has grown now. Yvette Phillips, Olivia, Lauren John, and Rosamund White, and also a young lady, Patricia Bellamy Mathis. Those will be the children's authors. They wrote empowering children's books. And we will have Iyaba Arts. Iyaba is multi-visual music, dance artist. He'll be doing puppetry and storytelling. So, and then for the adults, Tochi Onyebuchi.
Yes.
Onyebuchi wrote, he's written quite a few books. He went to Yale, left here, became a big author, and came back to New Haven to be based in New Haven. and actually wrote a story, a futuristic story called Giant, that is about an Afrofuturistic story based in New Haven. So he talks about the streets and the things, and it's very familiar. So, and it's a award-winning book. It won the Connecticut Book Award. I'm happy to say, because I'm a Connecticut Book Award judge. And for the past couple of years. So yes, and then Nizay, our good friend Nizay.
Yes, BAM Books. By Any Means Necessary books.
It's going to be in conversation with Joelle Thompson of the NHSO about through the lens of Baldwin, like how James Baldwin's writings and visions became are relevant now and into our future.
Yeah, Joel Thompson is the composer in residence for the New Haven Symphony Orchestra, and we saw his piece debut last year, Snowy Day, and then this year he is doing a piece dedicated to Baldwin. So, and I think that's coming up soon.
Yeah, it's on the 23rd. It's actually on Sunday after Lit Fest, the day after, and then yeah, and Tochi is going to be in conversation with Juanita, who did the graphics. She's doing some projects. She started Cultured AF in New London, and she's just a curator extraordinaire. And then we'll have what we call a feminissance panel, feminine renaissance panel. Young women who are living and working in the graphic novel, graphic design, comic book
Yeah, because you don't see too many women, particularly women of color, in that genre. They exist. So so this is a wonderful opportunity for them to sort of be seen, and that people can sort of say, yes, there are sisters working in the comic book genre who are doing quite well.
Sha will be in conversation with Alana Ladson, who is a wonderful graphic artist. She did our DiasporaCon logo in April, and then Dime Ellis, who started Punk Noir, like sister is doing her thing, and then Queen Obsidian Rain. So all these sisters on their own have different visuals, but they come together, and they're going to be in conversation with Sha. And Colton Harris from the state of Connecticut will be doing
Colton.
Yes.
Hey.
Colton will be doing a screenwriting workshop. So, because he got a few films out here. Okay.
I love it.
That also encompass Afrofuturism. So, and then the talent. Jonathan's gonna kick off some talent. He's gonna be the first performer. But we enjoy we looked at, like, for talent, like who's original, like you said, you did you grew up with the old school stuff, yet you got your spin on it. You got your spin on it,
Yep.
So and we
who else is performing? I mean, just having John is enough.
Yeah.
And you don't need any more, although we're not trying to run him down all day, but who else is performing?
We'll have a poet out of Waterbury, Tamani Rain. And our fabulous Erica Ortiz is going to be doing her thing. And Savion Brown, Osho the poet, and Tyler Goldchain will be doing something kind of together. And Osho is a poet, performer, and Tyler is a very talented musician and poet. And
okay. So it's a full day. What time does it start?
It starts at 11 a.m. Daryl Huckabee is going to be hosting. And we're going to have music by DJ Prestige. Waiting to hear from Betsy Ross Middle School Band. They may be. Okay. Bianca K and Marshoon, two fabulous artists, will be doing mask making workshops. And I have to say, all the workshops are going to be held in the Stetson, that is our community partner, the Stetson Library, with the head librarian, Miss Diane Brown. who graciously offered up the whole space for us. So we're
Okay.
really appreciative of that. So downstairs, all the children's program is going to be down there, and then we'll have upstairs. In the Q house will be the vendors in the gym.
Oh, I was gonna say, I know somebody's
the-
got to be selling something.
The vendors will be
Maybe
in the gym, and then we have food trucks coming, and we'll have the food trucks parked across the street in
in the
Dixon
plaza,
Yes. Yes.
in the front part of the plaza.
In the front part, in the front, right, like directly across the street from the building.
Okay. Oh,
We'll
that'll
have
be good.
the food trucks.
That'll
So
be good.
it'll be the entertainment, the stage in the plaza, in the new Q House Plaza between the Q House and the church, and then all the indoor programming will be on in the library, and then you can walk through the gym and get your fares.
So tell me why is the Lit Fest important? Why is it important?
The Lit Fest is important because literacy is important, and getting our people to read whatever they can, and promoting literacy. There's not enough knowledge in our culture of our literature, of our writers, of ourselves. And since I started Lit Fest, that there's so many local and regional talented people that have been coming this way. So we've been able to grow and grow and grow. So we encourage if local people that have books, hit us up for elmcitylitfest@gmail.com, or go to our website. It's Culturally Lit, because Culturally Lit is now the umbrella for Lit Fest, DiasporaCon, and soon to come, the Diaspora Book Awards.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I love it. So you start planning this last year, right after the last Lit Fest.
Well, actually, after the last Lit Fest, I started planning this, and then hoping and wasn't sure, because I'm not sure if the Stetson was in the new building yet. But also we started planning DiasporaCon, which was because when we did last year's Lit Fest again, a lot of we became aware of a whole culture of graphic novels and conference and Comic-Cons, conventions, and things like that. And there's a movement, but there's also very few people of color that were highlighted in that at all. So we created DiasporaCon, which was a conference at Quinnipiac last April that
I loved it.
Highlighted.
I learned so much.
Opportunities for people. And that's one of the things, like I'm sure, Jonathan, once you started your thing, opportunities abounded, right?
Definitely.
What kind of opportunities came up for you when you started?
Right. Yeah, it's a lot of performances. Whole lot of performances, whole lot of projects, collaborations. It's just everything. So.
Oh, I love it. So I take it this is a very family-friendly event.
It is a family-friendly event.
And people of all ages could come, right? Everybody.
Of all ages are welcome to come, and encouraging people to be in their costume, be their own superhero.
Jonathan, are you coming in costume? Are you coming as a super musician? We're like, what are you doing?
I have no clue. I have no clue.
And I want to emphasize, like, we want to stay positive, people. I don't want no big old weapons and no, we ain't killing people. We conquering our future.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Yeah, because you got to remind people, because this is October and it is close to Halloween. And people will show up as the Grim Reaper.
We're not talking about the darkness, people. We're talking about like saving ourselves and being in the light. That's how you become your own superhero.
So does this mean that you're not planning a DiasporaCon, or is this a hybrid of the two?
It's a hybrid of the two, but we're gonna have a DiasporaCon. We have to continue that. We can't leave, like, and Quinnipiac was so gracious to host us, and really want to be out there again. So
okay, that'll be good, because I really enjoyed that. And and the way that Connecticut is so centered in the graphic novel world, I had no idea until Dr. Foster
Mhm.
talked about that, and some of the other folks that were on the panel that were there for the day talked about how graphic novels started in Connecticut, which was impressive and interesting to me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So in having panels, you have a couple of panels going on, talking to authors and their work, and this notion of Afrofuturism, which is not a new term.
No, it's not. But it is, no, I shouldn't say but, and it is an empowering term. It is not, it is about how we, for me, it's about how we move forward in our Africanness into the future. How do we maintain ourselves and our culture, which is, very important to me. And
Mhm.
so in promoting this and exposing everyone to our culture, so it's not so threatening maybe to some people, but also empowering ourselves to know more about our culture and how, and the multi-talents of everybody, of the literature, the music, poetry, all that. Everybody's going to be selling their books. Any people that can sell their books, come on, sell your book.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I like the idea of this because, we're in this movement of critical race theory, this foolishness of critical race theory, and books being banned and books being taken off shelves and teachers being punished for even trying to teach any kind of Black history, American history, any kind of history. So I imagine that the Lit Fest helps cure some of that trepidations that teachers have to go up against, that this is a way that we can get the story of us out there without going to somebody's school system.
Okay, yeah, and being homogenized. And I also want to give a shout out to, of course, Possible Futures, our girl Lauren out there. Lauren will be there selling books, as well as Nize, because Nize sells conscious by any means necessary. Her books are purposely conscionable books. And Possible Futures has all the books that they get banned and don't get out there for people to share with their children, and may not be in any in certain schools, unless you have your kids go to the Montessori school or some some school that's got some awareness. Other than that, yeah, we have to promote it as much as possible for everybody, but especially for people of color and for Black people to know that it is important, because I am also, of course, a literacy volunteer, and on the board for literacy volunteers. Literacy is very important and key personally for me in my life. I come from a history of teachers, my aunts, and two of my aunts and my grandmother. Like, it was important. Literacy is like key to knowledge. Come on. For everything that's
Exactly.
going on in the world, you got to stay aware. I'm sure, Jonathan, you created something?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, Jonathan, when you think about Afrofuturism as someone who was in their 20s, early 20s, like what is that? How does that resonate with you? What do you think about when you think Black to the future?
Oof. Me personally?
Yes.
since I'm actually like a family historian about our family tree and everything else, that means a lot. For me being young, it's like I had to know where I came from so I could know where I'm going. So that's exactly what that quote means to me. It may mean something else to other people, but that quote it kind of hits home. So
And so now do you create music through that lens? Like, how do you think about when you're creating your own music? How do you think about that?
Yeah, when I create music, it's just something. It's, for me, I just have to be original, but yet have some type of identity with it. And so most of the songs that I do create, they're probably based on certain regions, especially Africa, which is crazy. So certain songs that I will play at the Lit Fest, you'll definitely hear that African type of sound to it too. So
I mean, and the fact that you play the cello and you've already created interesting ways to play the cello and that no one has ever heard or experienced before. I mean, that's the buzz, right? Like, here's this young man playing this instrument in a way that it was never played before, and people are fascinated by that. So talk a little bit about how did you do that?
So I don't even know how I really got started with it. I just wanted to make sounds that weren't really normal. Especially playing the cello, you know, because all we had was like, you know, you pluck the strings and you play with the bow. All right, cool. So, but it all sounded the same to me. So I was like, you know, let me plug this up to an amp and let me add these special effects to it and let me start hitting it. Let me. So I just had to get so creative with it so I can find my own identity with my instrument.
There you go.
So I love it.
That's what it's all about.
Well, it is really a wonderful thing. So Ife, tell us, what do you want people to experience? What do you want people to walk out of the Lit Fest with? Like, what is your hope for this?
I hope that my hope for people is to have a different kind of experience and for folks to develop a more of an appreciation of our culture. Like Afrofuturism is a cultural aesthetic. It's like a philosophy, a combination of our traditional historical culture and how we move forward in it and how we can maintain our authentic selves. Over the years, we've had to deal with, we have to have legislation to wear our hair the way we want to work the way we want. We have artists that are now coming into their own, creatives, I should say, just not artists, just creatives in all aspects of things that are like, these young people are bucking the system. They're not like coming out of college saying, oh, I want to go into corporate this or that. A lot of them are like, I'm creating my own thing. So a sense of empowerment, a sense of more cultural awareness, and an appreciation for what is being presented to them, because Brother Iyaba is going to do one of the Anansi stories in his storytelling, and then incorporate that into a puppetry workshop after. So you get 30 minutes of him engaging you in interactive storytelling and drums and and then let's make some puppets. Okay, let's take something away, but also for everybody may not get to make a puppet or a mask. Marshoon, it's so wonderful to have this wonderful muralist and creative Marshoon, who is a young person with an elder who is Bianca K. Anderson, who does wonderful masks and uses cowrie shells and textures and everything. So they'll be intergenerational in mask making, but they both see the same vision. So like an awareness, a cultural awareness, and a love of literature. Buy some books, baby. Buy these people books.
Books, okay. Listen, books make great gifts, and the holidays are upon us. So we're going to give some, particularly our little ones. They need to understand how to hold a book and turn the pages of a book, and that's where it starts. You know, you buy them books that are culturally appropriate for them, and that's how you foster a love of reading. You start very early, putting a book in their hands so that they can feel it and touch it and gnaw on it. You know, all the things that little kids can do. All right, Ife, tell us what time and where's the Lit Fest this year?
this Saturday, October 22nd, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. There will be workshops starting at 11:15 in the library. The children's programming starts at 11:15. The adult program starts at 11:30 on the second floor in the library. The entertainment, which will be opening with
The talented and fabulous.
the talent and the fabulousness. And we're going to have DJ Prestige in between, entertaining us as well. And performances start in the plaza at 1:15. So
now, you're going to live stream any of this? Like, are people going to be able to catch some of this?
It's going to be recorded, but not live stream, because there'll be 3 things happening. There's going to be something in front of the stage. It's going to be cameras in front of the stage and camera upstairs and downstairs in the library. And then we're having, the vendors. So vendors, we want to fill up the gym with vendors. Come on, y'all. We have some vendors now, but we can use some more. So if you know anybody out there that's selling something, hit us up, elmcitylitfest@gmail.com, and we'll send you the info, or go to our website, which also has the information as well, culturallylit.com.
I love it. I am so excited. It's always I've been going since you started it, and every time I go, I learn something. I meet somebody new, and I pick up a few books. So I'm looking forward to it. I think Saturday is going to be a wonderful day, weather-wise.
Yes.
Cross fingers, and to be on Dixwell Avenue, to be in the heart of Dixwell community.
And that, like, to have the workshops, the session's been busy anyway. That programming, since they started, like, boom, 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 every week. I don't know, the knowledge has been pumping out of there. So we're really happy that that Diane Brown was like, yeah, use the whole library, whatever you need. Use every room. How many rooms you want?
And that's what community, that's what needs to happen in the community, particularly this community that has not had this level of activity in a very long time. And I know Diane Brown has held it down in the Stetson when it was across the street, but now she's got a bigger playground, and it's connected to the Q House as part of the anchor to the Q House. It really does make a difference in that neighborhood, and in the whole city, I think.
Yeah. So we appreciate it. We hope everybody can come out, even if you can't come for the whole day, a part of the day. We're going to post the program up so you can come and hear who you want to hear, or participate in the workshop you want to participate in, and always walk through and get those people. Buy some people stuff. Buy all kinds of stuff. Buy people stuff.
Yes, because I know if the vendors are like vendors from past, some really nice things, really nice things by people who look like you, who are making stuff, who create stuff. It'll be great. And to hear John Moore live and in person is really a big deal. So if you've not heard this young brother, you should, because he is up and coming and very talented, and we are blessed to have him in our presence. So Ife, I'm so glad about this. I'm so excited. I'm glad that you could come on this morning and talk about this. It is Saturday. I will be there. I'll be there a little shortly afternoon because I got commitments from 9 to 12. But I will be there for the day. I'm gonna hang out and be ready. I don't know if I'm a cosplay. But
I'm not gonna cosplay either, but I'm gonna be in some big African something.
I know. I'd love to see some babies come in some cute stuff. Like, I'd love to see somebody, but you never know. You see some people cosplaying. We'll see what happens.
And folks can make a mask. They could get in the workshop to go into where Marshoon and Kay will be, and they can make their own mask. Mm-hmm. And there it is.
There you go. I love it.
When we making masks and shields, we gonna fly into the future, baby. With all
African, make me a mask. I like that idea. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, John
Thank you,
Moore, Ife
you.
Gardin, my dear friend and my great love. I will be there on Saturday. I hope you'll be there on Saturday too, listening audience, because if you don't be there, you're going to be squared. I'm going to be talking about it the next week, and you're going to be like, damn it, I missed it. Yes, you will. So make your way there on Saturday. You can't miss it on Dixwell Avenue, right there, the big ass Q House and Stetson Library. So I'll see y'all. Thank you so much for being with me this morning and kicking off my week. Black to the future, y'all. Afrofuturism. That's the Elm City Lit Fest theme. Thank y'all. Harry, play us out and throw up that graphic one more time because I love it. I think I'm gonna keep that thing and frame it. I love it so much.
I do too. I am.
It's great. So, all right, I'll see y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Harry.